Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to another episode of Spilling the Spiritual Tea with your host, psychic medium spiritualizer, Linda Blaze. That's me. So, in today's episode, I want to talk about ghost spirits and energy. What the heck is really going on? Because I talk to people every single day who tell me that their house is haunted, they have ghosts. And then we talk a little bit more and we discover actually they don't. They just have their loved ones visiting and they are misinterpreting those messages and those signs that they are there. Their house actually isn't haunted. It might be grandpa checking the doors to make sure everything is safe. So I want you to really feel confident in knowing the difference between a ghost, a spirit, and energy. So let's dive right in. So a ghost is simply a soul that chooses to not cross over. So what does that mean? When we pass away, our spirit guide and loved ones will come and tell us to come into the light and cross over with them. We have the free will to choose whether or not we want to do that. And people will do it for many reasons. They're not ready to go. They're attached to their life. They don't really believe they're dead. They're scared. All these reasons are just why a spirit wouldn't cross over. Most spirits cross over without a problem. They're like, yep, I'm going with you, because instantly you recognize that peace and that is your true home. So most people go. But I find a lot of people choose not to go because they are afraid. They maybe how they were raised. Maybe they were told there's heaven and hell. And what if they're going to hell? Maybe they were raised to believe there was nothing. So it's terrifying. So some people just choose not to go. So the spirits, the people that choose not to go, turn into a ghost. So basically what that means is they are stuck in this world of gray. Basically, they can see some things, interact with some things, but it's really just not a very happy existence, to be honest. And so they will usually go back. They're not haunting where they died all the time. They will go back to a place that feels good and comforting to them, or they will go back to the place that they died in that area, but they could follow you home if they find you to be a safe place for them. And so a ghost just lives its existence in this gray world. They may interact with other spirits every now and then, but it's very, very lonesome. The good news is they can choose to cross over at any time. That doorway is always open. They just have to choose it. So on TV, they like to say, I will help you cross over. What do you need? They actually don't need anything. They are choosing this existence. This is where they want to be. They don't need your help to cross over. I promise you, can't help them. They have guides, they have helpers, they have experts there trying to encourage them to let that life go so they can move forward. They don't really need your help, I promise you. So that is a ghost. They are choosing that existence. A spirit is our soul. That's who we are. It's what we actually are. We're not just people. We are souls. We are energy in a meat suit, if you want to call it that. And so that is a spirit. Spirits cross over and they can come and go between our dimension and their dimension at will. They do not need to be stuck. They can just go. So your loved ones that cross over, they can come and go. They can visit you. They can travel the world. They can do all the things that they always wanted to do. That is your soul, your spirit. So a lot of times people will think their house is haunted because maybe a door opens or a cupboard, or they hear their name being called. They have certain smells. They hear people walking around. Most of the time, it's their loved ones visiting them, spending time with them, because they love us. They want to support us. They want to watch, sit and watch. They want to come to Christmas dinner. They want to sit and watch a movie with us and just enjoy our company. So yeah, most of the time, the hauntings are actually just our loved ones visiting. Now, spirits can come and go. So even though they've crossed over, they might be attracted to a complete stranger just because they're fascinated by the way that we are choosing to live. That's why protection is so important. My favorite way to protect myself is the white light prayer. Dear God, please surround me with the white light of the Holy Spirit. Protect me from any and all negativity. Thank you and amen. See how fast that was? I say it in my head. You can say it out loud, totally up to you, but I say it every single night because spirits will notice people that have that light inside where they are shining bright and they are fully connected with their soul and they're walking this world, and they will see them. They'll be like, they can see me. And so that's like a lighthouse that draws them in, because a lot of people aren't connecting with their loved ones. So they're going to go to the lighthouse and say, maybe they can get those messages across. Maybe they can listen to me. So that is why we protect ourselves, because we don't know these people. So they might have crossed over, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to jive, right? Maybe they have a lot of negativity and they just carry that with them. They're grumpy. They're still a white light energy, but they're a grumpy white light energy. So it all really depends on what you're attracting into your life. If you are surrounding yourself with negativity, negative people, chances are really good the energies that are going to come and be attracted to you are negative too, because you are aligned with that. People that are surrounding themselves with the white light, really working really, really hard to protect themselves, be a good person, love people, don't judge people, like all the really good stuff, you're going to attract white light energies. So it's really important that we protect ourselves, because in that moment, we don't really know who we're attracting into our life. But these spirits come and go. They are harmless. If you don't want them there, you can say, you know what, thanks for visiting, but you're not allowed to come back. And I will say that quite often, because I talk to a lot of people. I do sessions for a lot of people. Their loved ones will come and talk to me. Sometimes they come hours before the session. Sometimes they come days before the session. And I'm totally okay with that. But when the session is done, you got to go with your person. You can't hang around anymore. I don't need you around anymore. You've gotten your message across. Usually it's just, hey, I'm here. I love you. I'm proud of you. Usually they don't have these like earth shattering messages, but sometimes they do. And so I send them along. Now, I've been doing this a long time. This is what I do. So I am fine with these energies coming. I know how to get rid of them. I don't want you to invite them into your life. So a ghost is stuck. It cannot go back and forth between our dimension and the other side. It is stuck in this very gray world. And I kind of think of it as that movie. Oh, my son loved it. Not The Conjuring. Insidious, that movie, where he goes and it's kind of like a fog. That's what ghosts are kind of stuck in, just wandering around in this fog. Every once in a while, they might see somebody, reach out to somebody that they see, grab somebody just because it's an interaction. But they're not stuck there. They're choosing it. They can cross over at any time. Spirits can come and go and do as they please. They are happy as pie. So loved ones are usually the ones haunting you, not ghosts. Now, the last one is energy. So, energy is everything, it's divine source. So, a lot of times people will think they have a ghost or spirits are in their home. They don't know what to do about it. A lot of the time, it's just an imprint of something that's happened a long time ago. So, for instance, let's say in your home, you move into it's new, you're happy, you're excited, but 300 years ago, a battle went down on your land. And now you're hearing people walking. You every now and then you hear yells. That's an imprint in the energy. Your home actually isn't haunted. That's not a conscious spirit. It's not a conscious ghost that's talking to you. It's just an energy imprint. So that can happen with car accidents, wars, fights. It can be with good things as well, where you feel love pouring over you for in a home that was filled with love and laughter. So you might hear laughter and children running around. Your home's not haunted. It's just that imprint of such strong emotion, and it gets stuck into that area. So a lot of times people will feel that and sense that versus actually a ghost or a spirit visiting. It's not conscious. You can talk to it, but it's not going to answer you back because it's not a conscious thing. It's like a tape recording of time. And so a lot of the times people will connect with that and think, oh my gosh, things are happening. And it's just an imprint, usually from strong emotion, from big things that happened in an area, good or bad. Doesn't matter which one. That emotion is the one that is making that videotape that is just playing over and over and over again. Sometimes you hear it, sometimes you don't. And that's where people get confused. So that's the big difference between a ghost, a spirit, and an energy imprint, is that ghosts are conscious, but they're stuck. They choose that. Don't feel bad for them. They choose that. They will cross over when they want to. Spirits can come and go as much as they want. They will visit people that they are aligned with. So if you are very negative and you are looking into the negative stuff, now I'm not saying just because you watch scary movies, I love scary movies, let me tell you, that is my favorite thing to watch. That does not mean you're going to attract negative stuff into your life. So you can take that lie and throw it out the window. But if you are negative, that's what you look for. That's who you attract. That's what you spread. You will attract negative energies. It's just a fact. So if it feels like your world is spiraling, you got to go look in the mirror and say, why am I attracting this type of energy into my life? I need to make some changes. White light energies are happy, positive. They will come and go. They still have their personality. So even if they are a white light energy, they might still be a little grumpy, or maybe you just don't get along together. So they stand there and stare at you like, well, what's your problem? Why aren't you talking to me? That doesn't mean they're bad. They're just getting annoyed because they are a human spirit. So they will be attracted to you as well. That's why protection is key, as always. And then, of course, the imprints, which is just like a video recording of time that plays on a loop over and over again. The good news is that you have all the power. So we do say the white light prayer. We talked about that. That is huge. But you can also say you can't kick them out. Let's go there right now. On TV, in movies, they bring in the priest, and the priest is like, I exorcise you from the house. They cannot take away the free will of a spirit to choose. So think about that. They cannot take away the free will of anyone to choose their existence. God gave us that, and they cannot take it away no matter who they are, no matter how amazing they say they are. They can, however, set boundaries and say, this is my world, that is yours. You are not allowed to enter this home. You are not allowed to interact with me or my family at any time. That has to be followed because they have to stay in their dimension and follow those rules. It is your home, it is no longer theirs. So they can't kick them out. They can ask them to leave, and maybe they'll be like, yeah, I'll go, like I'm over it. um, but they can set the rules and the boundaries that they are not allowed to interact with you whatsoever. And I think that is super powerful, because when we feel in that fearful panic mode of, oh my god, all these things are happening, we forget that we have all the power. This is our world, not theirs. But there's a little thing, there's a little like loophole there. If you continue to interact with them, continue to talk with them, that throws that boundaries out the window. You can't be like, you're not allowed to talk to me, but I'm allowed to talk to you. So it's really important that you remember that. So you have all the power, which is amazing, and you get to make all the rules, which is amazing, but they still have the free will to choose. And I think that's beautiful. I really, really do. And I think that's something that you too should be really excited about, because that means you have the free will to choose what happens in your life as well. And you have the free will to visit and choose anyone that you want when you cross over. And I think that's a really beautiful gift for all of us. So if you have any questions about ghosts, spirits, the other side, the circle is the place to be. That is where I talk all about the soul's journey from start to finish and everything in between. And if you are interested in joining me inside the circle, then send me a message at linda@lindablaze.com, and I would be happy to get you all set up. All right, guys, I love you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we will talk again soon. Bye now.